Greetings again. This is Rainbow Aurora, and we created a rainbow today because we gave a Hilton Head a push after the tomb moment of when the Catholic pastor gave me his blessing on leaving town on Sunday after my absolution that I received from the Latino pastor last Monday, so that was still the end of August. I've been sleeping in the Catholic Church yard, and I haven't been very vocal about sharing my experiences because it turned me very deep within, and I had to search for the light of God inside while I was being severely bullied, harassed daily from those beings that used to be my colleagues and partner in Mount Shasta, California. And I had always had the impression that they were high level spiritual beings that respect everybody on their journey, etc. But all the messages that I've been receiving from Miguel Lamboy, who, they got kicked out of Hawaii, if you guys didn't find out, because of all the rituals they were doing on me to not allow me to be Archaea Rainbow Aurora, who I am. I am Aurora Diamond Rainbow Morning Star, God's fire, and I had to reveal my identity in Blue Spruce to Miguel Lamboy's face the night that Jonah was, screwing the Russian woman in my name as Dima in the Shasta Inn. And so apparently now they have been, teamed up with another cult who is the Bikram cult. Here on the island, they, the Bikram people married, a magician that is Moroccan, and they brought in a woman from Alabama who has been dancing at Centerfolds as Aurora, and, they stole my bikini underwear for my Archaea Fire bathing suit. And so in concordance with the people in Hawaii that were hiding in several of the islands, Jason, Miguel, and Amy Carlson, the owner of the cult of Love as One. And then they were bringing in all their team members from Colorado who all emailed me when I first slept at Providence Church and told me that Russell Pearson and I had to apologize to Amy because she created us all, which she never did. All she ever did was she stole my surgery from my lineage, Maya Khoury Tabrawi, who is mother of all creation, and through her vessel was created the plasma surgery, and I was to perform it until the end of time at House of the Future. And I actually invited Miguel Lamboy to House of the Future while I was in Mount Shasta, California. He denied me, he denied my galactic team. They would always put words in my mouth in every meeting, every night, and they would always, denounce me, call me fake, etc. Until I one time got a vision that he was going down on a woman's genitals that weren't mine while I was in the jacuzzi that day. And I was always connected psychically on levels with Sir Russell Pearson, whom I again want to thank for his love letter that is the only thing that actually kept me alive after all the death threats that I received respectfully from Amber Dawn Galardia as well as Cristal Cordoba. With the deportation death threats and electronic monitoring threats, as well as Amber Dawn Galardia and Michael Adam Tompkins that have threatened me here while I was in Coligny. They're like, love is power, and that's when they were starting to electronically target me, and they were putting all sorts of rituals and spells on the pets as well, like they shoot the cats and the raccoons, and it's all energy theft. It's all very advanced rituals and robberies from the whole cabal, pyramidal structures of the Illuminati. And as I said to the cops many times, every time they send their cops here, the Beaufort police, to, they lie to them and they pay them to get me arrested. And I start to cry. I'm like, after everything I've done, and I go overboard, and I'm still staying, even though I got N-worded and kicked out of the yoga center for doing nothing but being in service to them and believing in the possibility of heaven on earth. However, I will never sell my soul, and I will never bow to any ritualistic things. I know truth from lies, and if anybody is bringing me home from Hollywood, in concordance with the Colorado team that moved to Hawaii, where my highest church is located, in order to use rituals on me, for me to give out more information, for Amber to become me, and for them to continue stealing information from me while calling me Dima when I came out as Aurora to Miguel's face, and he doesn't want to acknowledge that because he's on an agenda. And that's terrorism. So anybody who's making pretend they're an archangel, but when they're denying their fellow archangel and my own service with my Final Events Energies update, which he denied himself as well, but you can't blame him because in all honesty, while he was shooting the article with me, I had brought Christmas lights from Kelly Linter's home, to whom I send lots of love and regards to. She was one of the best island women ever, and I'm still really grateful for Kelly. When I lived with her at Springwood, Unit 21, she was an incredible woman, and they killed her after Hurricane Matthew. They still have her frames everywhere, from Beach Break Grill to many other places on the island. God bless her soul. And then they moved me from Kelly Lintern to Leewood, who also, was teamed up with them, bringing reptile magic from Jerusalem, like snake magic and Komodo dragon magic. And they would import reptiles from Jerusalem to put magic, and they would put that on my path. And it's been a lot of magic and rituals for them to steal my identity and try to patronize me and control the outcome of things and make money for the death business out of me, while keeping me enslaved and under the influence for me to never break free. And their worst nightmare is for me to legally become who I am, because they want the government to remain crooked so that they can still manipulate and pull strings behind the scenes, which is not going to serve anybody, because in God we trust, and you guys cannot fool God, because God calls me Aurora and nobody else. And if you guys keep denying that, you're denying yourselves, and you're causing havoc and trouble to yourselves, and you're going to get kicked out of Hawaii again and again and again, because Hawaii is my high church. And all my Hawaiian people, I love you. I thank you. Thank you to all my high priestesses there, all my high priests who sensed the black magic and who kicked these people out. Thanks again to Hilton World for allowing me to stay in the park. I'm a very humble being. Thank you to the Carolina Coffee and Crumbles now that served me an amazing breakfast sandwich. I still have a lot of unanswered questions regarding a lot of things on Earth. However, I'm going to stay strong and keep going forward and just bringing on the light. And I'm still performing surgeries every day for whoever wants to book. 213-509-4572 or AuromotherNewCreation@gmail.com. I am supremely sorry that the Hoisington brothers never really helped me in reopening AuroraMotherNewCreation.com due to ego mind, reasons. But I know as a being that since my re-arrival from Hollywood to Hilton Head, again, I did not leave any stone unturned. I went to every yoga school, and they precisely asked me to not show up at Jiva because they were too busy, mimicking me behind my back and providing my teachings to the kids behind my back, while calling me a prostitute and denying me. Same for the Bikram world, hiring a teacher from Texas/Louisiana and a stripper from Alabama dancing as Aurora, all in attempts to steal more power from me, lie to me more, and belittle me more, and put me under the radar and at gunpoint, meaning if you don't SUCK that DICK, you're not going to get to be who you are. But I am who I am by God. So all those people who call me a little child or a little girl because I'm not, sexing them, God's going to always tell you all that I am in right action. And I know that Miguel Lambo has a allergy against the biblical goddess. He's like, you're not a goddess, because he thinks that the Russian girl has a more powerful sacral root than myself. But that is not the truth at all, because anybody who knows anything about anything knows my sexual power. And if I don't use it at will, by my own personal will that is aligned with my divine will, it doesn't mean that I'm less than anyone else. It means that I have control, power, truth, honesty, and I am Jesus's fire, and I will not give that up or concede for any reason, unless it's love, true love. And I have a daughter in the making that's been wanting to